Hello, it's Wednesday, so that means that I'm jumping on doing an IG. Like, guys, I washed my hair for you. That's important to note. So I wanted to jump on and say hi and to talk a little bit about my post from Monday. So I posted a beautiful quote. Hopefully you could read it all from the fabulous book If Women Rose Rooted, which is phenomenal. If you haven't gotten it and you are interested in femininity and feminine cycles and stories and all of that jazz, please do check it out. But the idea, or what I sort of took away from that particular quote, is that we all have a story, right? We have multiple stories. But we have one super important story, and that is our cycle and our body. And our cycle is how our bodies speak to us. And one thing I've noticed throughout this particular time, but also just in speaking with lots of women, because I talk about periods all the time. So if you don't know me in real life, let's meet, because I'm sure I'll ask you about your menstrual cycle. Anyway, so one thing I've noticed is that a lot of women will track their cycle, but that's the extent of it, right? So it's all great, you using an app on your phone or however you want to do it to track your cycle. That's great. That's step one. There are multiple steps after that. So one of the biggest things is that we don't know, and we are not taught as women in modern society, how to utilize that information to best support our best self, right? So we're not taught how to utilize the information of when we may start our menstrual cycle, or when we're ovulating, or when we'll be in our autumn, or when we'll be in our summer, spring. We don't understand. We're not taught that kind of stuff. So I have decided that I want to take a few women on a journey. And that journey is to help them listen to their stories that their bodies are telling them, to understand that story that their body is telling them, and to utilize that story that their body is telling them. And you may not have a brilliant story or a brilliant relationship with your menstrual cycle, and that is all the more reason to start to listen a little bit more carefully. And the more carefully you listen, the more carefully and the more information you will start to understand. So I'm going to fully launch next week. But if you want to get on the wait list, then you can just let me know what your DM is, what your email address is. I will put you on a list so that you get a discount if you do decide to sign up. And the idea is that we will be going on this journey together. I will hold your hand. We will have a beautiful small group of women. It'll be very tiny is the word that I'm thinking of, but not like, it's going to be beautiful. We're going to create a phenomenal community that will hold you and support you whilst you go on this journey along with them. You can expect to learn how to live your best life, really. So we're going to learn how we can use our menstrual cycle as a crystal ball, so to speak, and look into the future. And from today, look into the future and plan certain activities and certain things on certain days to then be able to utilize our own energy and our own natural rhythm and our own headspace to its best and fullest potential. So if you could say now and look a month in the future and know that you're going to start your period on the 27th of June, you know not to plan anything on that day, how much better would you feel if you knew that you are going to have super, super strong decision-making skills the week before that, and you've got lots of things that you want to declutter? Plan it then, because you're going to be very decisive and you're not going to be super sentimental, and you're not going to go, oh, but this was Bobby's baby grow that he threw up on for the first time. No, you're just going to get rid of it, right? So I think I mentioned a little bit of that in my last IGTV. But we are going to create a beautiful cocoon for you to be able to experience and to explore this menstrual cycle awareness practice, we as in myself and the other ladies that are going to be joining us, will help you on your own unique journey. I will track your cycle for you or with you. The idea is that I want to get you really clued in and really in tune with just checking in. So it's going to be super easy. There's going to be a few questions that you can answer every morning, and then I will do all of that work. I will also be giving you unique day-to-day self-care tips and things that you can do to help start utilizing this information to living your best life. I came up with a really cool tagline. Embrace your cycle, enhance your life. How do you like that? Yeah. So there's going to be lots of videos, short ones, because I know most of us are moms that follow me on this platform. But if you're not a mom, you're still busy. We're all busy. We don't need 3-hour videos to watch. So you're going to have short videos. We're going to have an onboarding call that's just going to be you and I. We'll have a celebration call that will be everyone, but then we'll also have a call that again will be you and I to have a closure call so that we can go through and that's just the dog, go through all of the information that I collated, and you will get a beautiful document with all of that information so that you'll have your own bespoke 3-month plan, right? So I'll do that tracking for you for 2 months with all of that personal information on the day. Coaching as well. We'll have some Q&A calls. We will have journaling prompts. We'll have, like I said, we will have a celebration call. That last month is going to be down to you. You will have 2 months to have integrated the check-ins, the getting to grips with tuning into your body. You'll have started to increase your intuition, which, by the way, we are all innately intuitive creatures. So you'll have that as well. And then you'll go on your own that last month, and you will start to track your own cycle, and you will start to figure out your own natural rhythms and ebbs and flows and things like that, because we all have an ebb and flow. We all have a natural rhythm, and it is beautiful to be able to tap into that natural rhythm and to utilize it and use it to its fullest potential, right? If you knew that on this day, if you studied something when you were a kid or now, and you were going to retain that information, would you not have planned to study on that day? Whereas if you study on the next day and you're not going to retain the information, what day are you going to study, right? You're going to study on the day that you're going to retain that information. There is so much nuance and beauty and information, stories that our bodies are telling us every single day, and we have not been taught to listen. And you're not faulted, you're not broken. You can still feel guilty and worried and annoyed that you've gotten to a certain age and confused because you don't know how to use or understand your body. And you're not alone, because we've all been there. I've been there. I'm there. I'm there quite a few times during the month. We've all been there, right? Like, we can have things crop up in our lives that we don't know how to handle. But the one thing that we should know how to handle is our menstrual cycle. And we should know how to handle it so that it helps to enhance our lives. Drop me a DM with your email if you would like to join the waitlist for Mercy to Mastery. Thanks, everyone.